Goodyear Ballpark. I love this stadium. If I was rating these, I would give this one a 10 out of 10. This is a great ballpark. So, ticket pricing, from what I have found so far, and I looked at a lot of tickets this year, the cheapest ballpark in the Cactus League, Goodyear, because it is way out there. It is out west of Phoenix. It's kind of like go until you think you've gone too far and then keep going on the 10, because Goodyear is a ways out of town. It turns out it's directly south of Surprise Stadium, but again, it's way down there. So I think that they keep the ticket prices low to get people to come, and it works. It works, and it is a cool park. It's really nice. Great if you're bringing kids to the game. We'll get there in just a minute. Parking is fantastic. They have a ton of parking around the stadium. They have a lot of parking lots. We parked out past the left field fence. They had a little parking lot just across the street, and it was super easy to get in and out of. We were in and out of there in no time flat. Didn't take any time to find a parking spot, and we got to the car, backed out, went, and we were down the road. No problem at all. It took longer to get back to the freeway than it did for us to even get to our car. So parking it can't be beat there. Your customer experience, their staff is super friendly there, and I think it's because it's just kind of a low key environment. It's a pretty low key stadium. I really don't know how much they fill that stadium. We went to a game on a Saturday. It was full. We went to a game on a Wednesday, a day game on a Wednesday, and it was pretty empty. So I don't think that it might be the best kept secret in the Cactus League, as if you're not a Cleveland or Cincinnati fan, because those are the two teams that play there. So there's that. Team store is not very big. They have one team store behind home plate, and while it's not big, they got a lot of selection. They got a lot of stuff crammed in there, but they got stuff for Cleveland and for Cincinnati. You'll find it all there. They have City Connect hats for Cincinnati. I'm sure they'll have them for Cleveland next year. They have all the hats that you want for both teams. They got a really good selection in a not very big team store, but they have it organized really well. And getting in and out is super duper easy. Don't try to take your hot dogs in, because they will not let you. Fan experience at this ballpark is great. It is a great place to go, especially, like I said, if you have kids. Down the third base line, they had blow-ups. They had a blow-up basketball hoop, and they had a blow-up game where you could throw a baseball, and then they had a blow-up hitting tee, like it's like one of those air tees where the ball floats and you hit it into the net. So my son could have spent the entire day there. But then if we had done that, we would not have discovered down the right field line they have a little sand lot. And so they keep wiffle balls and a bat there, and so the kids can play a game during the game. And we played a little bit before the day game that we went to, the game on Wednesday that we went to. He about took my head off a couple times with the wiffle ball, but it was a lot of fun. It's a really cool little sand lot that they have there. So there's a lot going on that kids can do. And walking around the stadium is awesome because you can see the field from everywhere. No matter where you are, you can see it. And out in the outfield, their berm is not very big, but in center field, you're right next to the bullpen. And every time I walked by, there were kids cheering because they're always getting a ball from one of the bullpens. The bullpens are side by side, and so somebody's always tossing them a ball out there. And then there's it's a patio. I think it's a little cantina out in right field. That's great seating right there too. Just fantastic seating. So this is a cool stadium. We sat right behind home plate, and we got that for $30. That was awesome. And then we sat down the first base line a little bit, and those were probably like $20. Was all. Killer deals on these tickets. Food was great. They have chili dogs there if you're a Cincinnati Reds fan. They have really, really good hot dogs too. I had a couple dogs at this game, and it was great. Their lemonade was amazing. They have really great food at this ballpark. If you're just there for stadium food, it's really good stuff. Seating, they don't. So my only issue, this is the only issue I had with sitting down right field, is we were sitting down just past first base, and we were facing out towards the outfield. Like if we were sitting straight in our seats, we were looking out towards like no man's land between the infield and the outfield, rather than having the seats turned just a touch towards home plate. So what we did was we got in our seats and we kind of turned our bodies to look towards home plate so we could see the game a little bit better. So that was the only issue I had with seating. Shade. If you sit behind home plate, you're going to get some shade, probably by the third or fourth inning, typically, I would say. But they do have, so this is the thing that's interesting. They have a VIP section behind the third base dugout. It's up at the top of the section that is shaded. It's in a covered area, and those are the most expensive seats in the ballpark at like $35 a pop. Not a bad deal if you really want to sit in the shade. So there are shaded options, and you will get shade if you sit behind the plate and a little bit in on like the third base side or under the shaded area. Overall ballpark feel and experience, it's great. I love this park so much. It's easy to get around it. Like I said, you can see the park, you can see the field from anywhere, no matter where you are. My son was playing with the bouncy stuff in like the fifth and sixth inning when we were there the first time on the Saturday game, and I just walked over to the concourse a little bit and I watched the game from there. I could see him, I could see the game. I was happy. It was great. So that was fantastic. And then, like I said, getting out of the parking lot so fast, so easy. This is a killer park. If you're coming down to Arizona next year for spring training, hit up Goodyear Ballpark. You will not regret it.